In cortex, processing of somatosensory input occurs primarily in somatosensory cortex in the parietal lobe of the cerebral cortex. Typically, incoming information is sent to the brain from the sensory receptors via sensory nerves through tracts in the spinal cord. 3 long neurons are generally involved in the somatosensory pathway, called the primary, secondary, and tertiary neurons. The primary, or first neuron, always has its soma in the dorsal root ganglion of the spinal nerve. The secondary neuron has its soma either in the spinal cord or in the brainstem. This neuron's axons will cross to the opposite side of the body and terminate either in the thalamus or in the cerebellum. In the case of touch and certain types of pain, the tertiary or third neuron has its cell body in the thalamus and ends in the postcentral gyrus of the parietal lobe, where the primary somatosensory cortex, or S1, resides. It should be noted that depending on where these somatosensory neurons reside and what modality they serve, there are large differences with respect to size, shape, and properties of these neurons. For example, in the periphery, slow, thin, and unmyelinated neurons conduct pain, while faster, thicker, and myelinated neurons conduct casual touch. The receptive field of such neurons is given by the sensory receptors supplying it, and thus, in turn, by a particular region of the body. The circuitry is activated when the activity is triggered in a sensory neuron by a specific stimulus, such as touch, temperature, or pain. The signals pass from the sensory neuron to the brain area attributed to that part of the body where the signal originated, and thus it can be felt at the correct location. Recall that much of the visual system is organized retinotopically, and in the auditory system, much is organized tonotopically. In the somatosensory system, cortical maps follow the two-dimensional organization of the skin, forming a somatotopic map. If you draw this map onto the cortical surface, it looks like a little person, or homunculus in Latin.